What is up, family? Welcome into another edition of Make Every Second Count Live with me, your host and international award-winning Make Every Second Count speaker, Jeff Marconette Jr. So, guys, I want to welcome you especially to tonight. Tonight is going to be a great show. I ask you if you would please hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe and keep the comments coming. We want to have more of a conversation than make just a presentation. So ask as many questions as you, excuse me, gosh, I just drank a big thing of water before this. Ugh, it didn't go right. But yeah, please just do all that stuff. And we look forward to having Tiffany on the show. So I want to say hi to Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. How are you?
Hey Jeff, I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I am fantastic. I'm so honored to have you here tonight, and it's going to be a real treat for you to tell everybody your shocking story. And yes, I do say shocking. But first of all, I would like you to go through a short introduction about yourself, tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you do, and then we will get started after that. But I'm going to be inviting a few people on my phone, but I am paying attention.
All right. Hello
Thanks.
everybody. My name is Tiffany Harris and I live in Richmond, Virginia. I am the founder and CEO of Millionaire Tea, the Startup Circle and Custom Creations. I'm a global educator, a brand strategist, and a speaker who just teaches entrepreneurs to build wealth, protect their peace, and scale with intention. I'm known for transforming big ideas into revenue, guiding people to launch businesses that actually last, and helping leaders step into their next level with clarity and confidence. My work blends mindset, systems, and strategies so people can win in their businesses and in their lives without burning out. I mean, I've built multiple brands from the ground up. I've trained leaders across the world. I've
Wow.
created programs that simplify success overall. Whether I'm speaking on stages, consulting with businesses, or developing my own products in my living room, most of them, my mission stays the same. I help people elevate their thinking, expand their capacity, and step boldly into whatever life they keep dreaming about. So, Jeff, today I'm here to inspire your audience to think bigger, move smarter, and to make sure that every second counts.
That sounds awesome. And I know everybody out there is going to be able to take something away from that. Now, I'm done with inviting people, so hopefully they all show up. If not, not my problem. Sorry, I apologize to you. Hi, Robert Brucker. It's good to see you. He is actually from Canada, and so this is an international show now.
All right, now I'm going to Canada next month.
Awesome. But I know life has a tendency to put things in the way, things that are meant to make us grow and make us learn new lessons. And you see, at 17, I was involved in a very serious car accident. I spent 2.5 months in a coma and 3.5 in the hospital. I wasn't supposed to be walking right now, but I am. Now, I tell you guys that not to impress you, not to make my head bigger, not to make myself look good, but I tell you that because things are possible. And I want you guys out there to know that things are possible. But I believe that we have to grow through things. We can't just go through things because I think when we just go through things, we often end up repeating those things. So, has there been anything in your life that you have had to grow through?
Besides life.
Yeah.
So the reason why I teach people to protect their peace is because I struggled with that my whole entire life. And when we think about protecting our peace, we just automatically think of, I just want to be at peace. But that's not really it. It's a mindset, it's a manifestation, it's something that you actually have to work towards doing. Because if you were anything like me and you are or were or is a people pleaser, that's your first problem right there. And the fact that people in the world try to people please, hello, Robert, the fact that people try to people please all the time, it causes them to disrupt their peace. So I come in and I teach them how to get their peace, keep their peace, while also still trying to be the high achiever or entrepreneur or career corporate person, employee that they are. So that's what it was for my life. I did not have any boundaries at all.
Yeah. So, like, when you say you didn't have any boundaries, what do you mean by that exactly?
I was what you would call a yes woman. Anything that you needed, if you came to me with a sad enough story or a story that pulled on my heartstrings or any of those things, I would give you everything that I had because I thought that that was helping you, when I realized in the end that that is actually hindering you, because the more that I give and pour and pour and pour, the less you're going to do for yourself, because you know that I'm going to do it for you. So there's
Yeah.
really no need for you to even try, because I got Tiffany in the clutch. I could just call her and she'll make it all right. She'll fix everything.
Now, what do you believe made you that way?
Ooh, good question. So I have learned that this came from my childhood, feeling unseen, so, or unwanted, unseen, unwanted, any of those types of things. So in my adult life, the way that I found that I'm seen is by helping people. So I would help them to a fault of my own. They're getting out like a fat rat, but me, I'm the person that's struggling. I'm dealing with the aftermath. I'm dealing with the things that you may have messed up in the process of me trying to help you. I can give you an example. I own real estate,
Hmm.
and I offered someone to live in one of my properties for free. Let's remember that part, for free, because of her sentimental story. So in my mind, I'm helping my friend get away from a dangerous situation, putting her in a new city, in a new place where her and her children can be safe. And then I realized after all of that is over and done, that said friend could care less if I was there in her life or not. And I found that out, of course, after I helped, but it taught me. It taught me that it doesn't matter how close the person is. It doesn't matter, who they are to you, blood relation, friend relation, because I have some siblings that borrowed. And yeah, it's one thing to borrow $100 or something, but when you start borrowing $5,000 to $10,000 and you cannot pay it back, and then you now owe someone that type of money, and they're your sibling, like your blood sibling, like that's really off. And I can't. I'm not mad. I gave it to you. Like I literally gave it to you. So I can't be mad that you didn't pay me back. I should have known that when I gave it to you. I probably did know that when I gave it to you. But your story was so heart wrenching that I bought it. The difference is now I'm healed. I
Wow.
am. And it's not, and it sounds crazy because I say, oh, I'm healed. I know how to say no now.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. This isn't about just saying no. No is the beginning of it. So that's why when I go on stage now, I teach the power of the word no. Because most people don't realize that that word has a lot of power behind it. Those two little letters have so much power behind it that it makes some people afraid to say no because of the amount of power. I know I was afraid to say no because I was afraid that you would not like me. You would tell everybody that I was mean. I wasn't a good person because I didn't help you in your time of need. And I'm supposed to be your sibling or your friend or whatever. So I would do it for you on behalf of, I don't want you to make me look like a bad person. I don't want you to make me to feel any kind of way. I want you to be like, she's so amazing. She helped me, blah, blah, blah. And then they do that while you're helping. And then afterwards they ghost you.
Yeah. Now, I should have asked if you want to talk about this stuff, but I didn't do that. Now,
That's okay.
But so can I well, can you tell us a little bit about some of your health struggles?
Yeah. I can tell you about all of my health struggles. They all started because I didn't understand the word no. That is the God's honest truth.
All right,
At
then you
32,
have to explain that.
I'm explaining.
too.
So at 32, I had a stroke. I was a teacher in special ed, self-contained for K to 5, grades K to 5. So self-contained just means that the students stay with me all day. They never leave me. So at 32, I had a stroke in the teacher's lounge during lunch.
Wow.
The only reason why anybody realized that I was even stroking at that moment was because one of my coworkers was pretty close with me, and her mom and I both were in a car accident, and both of our carotid arteries had got dissected. So now there's a tear, if you will, in my right carotid artery, and that makes free flowing blood just free flow. And they couldn't fix it because they said there was a 95% chance that I would die if they tried to go in and operate on it. So I have to live like this. So I'm prone to strokes regardless because of this. So my coworker, her mom had just went through that, and her mom is way older than me. So her mom had a stroke. So she watched her mom have a stroke, and then she watched me like a couple days later or the next week have a stroke in front of her. So she knew all the symptoms and everything. So I just always say that she was there for me in that moment, and that was God sent, because usually I am in the cafeteria with my students because they're not allowed to leave me. But that day, someone else said, "Oh, I'll eat with your kids. You go ahead and take a load off."
Yeah.
And I went into the teacher's lounge and sat down, and I began talking, and
weird.
something happened, and she caught on. So that was the stroke. And then I couldn't work as a teacher anymore. My doctor was like, "Nope, too stressful of a job. You need to find something else." And I'm just like, no, I just went to school for like umpteen years to get my master's degree in education. There's no way you can pull me out of this job. Like, I was fighting it, and I kept going back to work, and she just kept pulling me back. And she was like, you're not listening. And then she made a statement to me that said, "You're trying so hard to take care of someone else's children. What about yours?" She said, "You're going to kill yourself trying to take care of someone else's children, and you're going to be dead. Who's going to take care of your kids?" And I'm thinking, and I had just had a baby. So that's what made me leave. And then she said, "You're very smart. You can build a business." She was like, figure it out. And that's what I did. And I inherited everything from that business. I didn't want to delegate. I didn't want to allow anybody to jump in my space because I was afraid they were going to mess it up. So I was careless and doing everything on my own. And when I would ask for help, I wasn't getting the kind of help that I was looking for. So I just would be like, forget it, I'll do it myself. Because of that, at 38, I had a heart attack. And then because I refused to listen, 30 days later, I had another heart attack.
Wow. You are lucky to be alive, and we are lucky to be in the presence of Tiffany Harris right now.
Yeah. And that's why I make it my mission, because after that second heart attack, that one took me down. The first one wasn't too bad. Like I got out of the hospital that same day. The second one though, it was just bad. And it set me down for like 2 years. And in that 2 years, I got to learn about me. But in that hospital bed, I prayed and I cried and I said, God, if you can just make me all better, I promise I will go and I will shout this word from the mountaintops to everyone in the whole world. God said, oh, okay, I got you. And that is exactly what happened. That now I'm Africa, all these different countries and speaking and different things. And I'm thinking, oh, it's happening. Oh, okay. But what I learned, that I'm so grateful that I learned before this big break, is I can really educate people. Before, I can educate you on business, I can educate you on scaling your business, but I couldn't educate you on being at peace and having profits with peace, because you can have all the profits, but you don't have no peace. You are stressed. I was completely stressed out, like no sleep. I'm crying. I'm at the store 12 to 18 hours a day, pressing thousands of shirts by myself.
Wow.
Just because when people would come and help, I would say no. I wouldn't say no, that's not the way I would like it. Can you do it this way? I would just blow up. I didn't ask you to do it like this. I would cry. I was just so stressed out. And then I closed my store down. And then I realized, oh, if I close the store down, there's no more money. But I did it in an emotional state while I was actively having a heart attack. So I put up all these posts. I made flyers. Everything's going out of business sale. I put all this stuff on my website and everybody bought it.
Cool.
And then I went out of business, and then I sat for 2 years, and then God came back to me. He said, okay, you're better now. You know better now. So now I'm going to give you back everything you lost, or everything you gave away, everything you sold. Yeah. And now I am literally sitting here looking at machine after machine, after heat press, after heat press, after printer. It's all in my house. I don't have no overhead anymore. Everything is all in my house. Thank God. So it took a lot from me to get here, but I'm grateful that I'm here, because now I can absolutely educate people the way they need it.
Very interesting. So let me ask you this. What did you learn from all this? I mean, how are you living differently now compared to where you were before?
So again, it all starts with the peace over me. Once I have that, I am good. I stopped taking medications, so I'm not on any medications. All I drink is Millionaire Tea, which is my holistic tea line that I didn't know that I was bringing out until God said you need to bring it out. But I had already had it because I was using the herbs to heal myself from within. Because once you get a doctor that tells you they can't fix something, and they're going to give you a medication that you're going to be on for the rest of your life, and then that medication gives you all these crazy side effects, you start to find a new way. So I found a new way. My way was not the best way. It was the best way, but it wasn't the best tasting way. But I went through it however I need to, right? But now I was able to source tea from another country. And that's how I was able to give everybody the ingredients, the same ingredients that I ingested to help me go to Millionaire Tea now. I don't have any stents. I'm not on any heart medication. I'm not on Plavix anymore. I'm not on aspirin anymore. Nothing. And I'm not going to sit here and say that this all came from Millionaire Tea. I would just say that it helps me. That's what I would say. So that's the reason why Millionaire Tea is out and doing well. I'm actually sold out right now. So I have to wait until I'm able to get more. But yeah,
Wow.
coming full
So,
circle.
what, is there any lessons that you learned through your whole stroke and whole 2 heart attacks that has helped you in business?
Yes, it's one word: delegate. Just try it. Delegate. The main reason why most entrepreneurs have an issue with delegating is because we started our business by ourselves. We did everything by ourselves until the business started to grow. And then the minute you realize you have to hire someone, it's like it turns on this switch and you like, I ain't letting them do nothing when I hire them. And then you realize, yeah, I got a problem. And then you find out that you're letting everything in the business drop on you. But it's overwhelming. For example, if you do mentoring and coaching and you have a calendar and people sign up to be coached by you for an hour every time, right? If you don't block off parts of your schedule in a day, you're going to have 24 hours of scheduled calls and no break for yourself, no time for yourself. When do you sleep? So you have to put some boundaries, some stuff in there so that people can't just take advantage. That's what I learned. Don't allow
So,
people to take advantage.
I have noticed that boundaries is a big thing with you. Is where did that come from?
I didn't have them before. So I'm not gonna say I didn't have them at all. My boundaries were Jeff did something to me that I did not like. I told Jeff I didn't like this, and then Jeff never did it again. Cool. Jeff's still my friend, but now I have created that boundary because if Jeff thought to do it, someone else will as well. So that was the only way I had boundaries. You had to like do something wrong to me to make me realize that I need to let you know that I don't like that. And
Yeah.
then I mentally put that rule into play for anybody after you. Now I just have a list of rules, a list of boundaries for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you're here for. There's a boundary. There is some kind of rule set in place for whatever I don't want, because I realized when I don't want something, I wasn't saying anything. I was just holding it and it was all here.
Yeah,
And then
it
you wonder
all
why I
gets
have a heart
in there
attack.
and it festers and builds up to
Yeah.
a stroke or heart attack, correct?
Yeah.
So, I'm curious. What do you think? Do you think it was just stress that caused your stroke and heart attacks?
So no, the stroke wasn't, well, okay. So originally the stroke wouldn't have happened without the stress. Let me just say that. So I had the carotid dissection from the car accident, but I was told that any type of stress could cause a stroke. I did not realize that being a teacher, I was so stressed. So even though my doctor kept saying, you're in a very stressful job, you should leave that job, I'm thinking, girl, you're crazy. I need my job. I worked so hard to get these degrees. I need my job.
Yeah.
And then the heart attack. So those are called broken heart syndrome, heart attacks. So basically what it is stress. When people grieve, they stress. So for me, I wasn't grieving a death of a person. I was grieving the death of my business in my mind. So in my heart, of all hearts, I really believe that I failed. I mean, for those 2-3 years, I told everybody I had to close down the business because I failed. And it wasn't until I realized, girl, you could never fail. You could never fail. The, the amount of things that you've done in your young 42 years of living, tell me one person that made over 7 figures in their living room on accident. Like, there's things that I can say that I've actually accomplished and in my business that I never thought in a million years that I would. So I can't say that I failed. I absolutely succeeded in my business. It's still going. I took a 2-year break and came back like I never left. That's not failure. And it took me 2025 to realize that. I closed my business down in 2022. So I went the whole 2023 and 2024 thinking I'm a failure. I cried. I had to go see a therapist. It was so many things that happened all because of what my mind was telling me. Not what really happened. That's just what my mind was saying. And it was all from the stress and holding everything in and feeling like I had no help. But I never asked for help for real.
So, do you have any suggestions with other people that are dealing with stress?
Whew. Stress is a hard one. My suggestion is you never know when certain levels of stress is bigger than others, let's say. So what I try to do every night and every night I do something that is calming for me. For me, it's playing cards on my phone, like playing a card game on my phone. Spades preferably. I play it with the computer. I don't need no extra people talking to me. I just do it for my mental, just to bring it down so that I'll get sleepy and go to bed. Because most high achievers, we don't really get sleepy. We always got a new idea. Also, in the morning when I wake up, after my prayer and all that, I listen to meditation to prepare me for the day. Because I could wake up on the great side of the bed and some weirdo cuts me off, or some weirdo cusses me out, leaves me a bad review, and they didn't even order for me. Just things, anything could happen. And now you're all turned around. I heard somebody say once, don't say I'm having a bad day. Just say I'm having a bad moment. And when I heard it, I was like, man, if we all did that, nobody would have a bad day. You would just have a bad moment.
Yep,
So now I
there
tell
are
myself,
no bad days, only bad moments.
yeah, only bad moments. Because the minute you take on the manifestation and the realization of a bad day, what if something happened in the morning? Are you saying this is a horrible day because the morning just started, the day just started? It's the morning. You still got 20 hours left for real, like, or something along those lines. So what about the rest of the day? So when I learned that, I realized like I was a pessimistic person like that. I would say stuff like, this is a horrible day. Everything's just going wrong. It's already, and it's only 9 a.m. And guess what? Everything's going to continue to keep going wrong because you manifesting that. You putting it out into the atmosphere that this is a bad day. Today, November 18th, is a bad day. No, it's not. You had a bad moment.
I agree with that. So
absolutely, Robert.
Robert just
say
said
that
in
too.
the comments, if you woke up, you qualify to feel blessed to be here.
Yep.
So, every morning that I wake up, I actually post on Facebook. Even before I get out of bed, I don't check any notifications or anything. I just post up there. I am so thankful to be given today, and I will make it a great day.
Mm-hmm.
That's expressing my gratitude for waking up, because there are so many people that don't get the chance to wake up. And it's also setting an intention on my day, saying that it's going to be a great day. And if I refuse everything else, then it has to be a great day. So, Tiffany, I hate to say it, but we're out of time. So, but you really added a lot to the show tonight. And I want to ask if you have any contact information you would like to give people.
Sure. Everybody can follow me on all social platforms at Millionaire T or Millionaire Tiffany Harris. You can find my tea and my website, millionaire.t.com.
Millionaire with the letter T.com. That's pretty awesome. But I need everybody out there, including you, Tiffany, to do me a favor this week, next week, and for the rest of your life. I need you to make every second count.
Absolutely.
Why? Because you never know when those seconds will run out on your one life. I'll see you guys back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And until then, have a fantastic week. Thanks again, Tiffany.
Thank you, Jeff. Bye, everyone.